Well, definitely that was definitely one of them. I mean, to go back to the process, me and BP have known each other for a while now. I say like about 2014, 2015, I met BP. And you know, he's a legendary producer on Long Island, which is where we're both from. And we were actually introduced by my homie Diabolic. I'm sure you're familiar with Diabolic. So Diabolic put me and BP together. And because at the time, me and Diabolic, we were running a recording studio in Long Island. We had a lot of people coming through there, stuff like that. But we were also using it to, you know, work on our own projects and stuff too. So when he brought BP through, you know, we got introduced or whatever, and we started doing a couple of records. Then some issues happened with the building, you know what I'm saying, outside of, and the studio got shut down. So I had spoken to BP here and there, but when we found, and I was running around, I had released so many projects and I was doing so many things on the road, and you know, when we finally got a chance to, when we finally got reconnected and we started talking, he was like, yo, we just need to like really cut out, you know, just make the time and like put this thing together. So, you know, he started shooting me beats and I started cooking up different songs and ideas and stuff like that. And we did that for about like maybe a month or so, maybe 6 weeks. And then I just booked a flight and I went to New York because I live in Atlanta now, you know. So I just booked a flight and I went to New York, and then me and BP locked in for like a weekend. You know what I'm saying? And I just, you know, I had like half of it written, and then a lot of it was just like on the spot type stuff too. You know what I'm saying? And it was coming out dope. I would say one of the records besides the Fear of God record, one of the things that really stuck out is when we brought Afro, because Afro was living on Long Island. When we brought Afro through, he's actually on the title track, the track called The Madness, which is actually coming out. It'll be coming out on the 17th. You know what I'm saying? So when we brought him over, and that song we totally cooked up from scratch. And when I, you know, just sitting there with Afro, and me and him were just going back and forth, like you know, like literally, it was like it was like a standoff. Like we were just going back and forth, 4 bars here, 4 bars there, and just trying to like really literally say the craziest shit we could think of. You know what I'm saying? Like just to, you know what I mean? And that energy, you know what I'm saying? And then for, hey, you know, somebody like Afro, he's super duper talented with the bars and the syllables and everything. For him to tell me that I pushed him, you understand what I'm saying? It was like a bless, you know, because I'm quite sure, just like me, like a lot of the people that I work with or whatever, I'm sure he has the same problem. He's, you know, he outshines. You understand what I'm saying? Usually, I'm sure he's used to outshining people when he gets on records. You know what I'm saying? But for us to kind of match that energy, you know what I'm saying, and put it into a record was really a beautiful thing. You know, I want you guys to look out for that too. And then to shoot, and then we shot the video. We shot the video for that too. The video is absolutely outstanding, crazy the visuals out is nuts. We did this like December. Meaning he started sending me beats like October, November, and then by the beginning of December, I had written about half of the album. And then when I got there, we recorded what I had written, and then we started cooking up new stuff. It was a great experience. And it's always good, you know. I'm New York born and raised, and I've been in Atlanta for like a year and a half now. You know what I'm saying? So I always jump at the chance to go home. Like that's always, you know what I'm saying? That's always like, yes, you know what I'm saying? So that was the first thing, just being back on Long Island and being able to absorb that energy, because it's totally different from Atlanta, you know? And then on top of that, to be able to lock in with BP and for us to be able to create on such a level was like, it was really a high. Like it really did feel good and it felt right. That's the whole thing. Like music is like a big part of music, and creating music is like the vibe. Like you could have written a hit song, but if your heart is not in it that day, it's just, you might as well just pack it up and come back the next day and try to get that thing right, because when the vibe is not right, it comes across in the music, and the same thing, when the vibe is correct, it comes across in the music too. So, you know, but it was a great feeling, man. Like and BP, you know, at first, when he first reached out to me, I was just kind of telling him how I was busy, and I wasn't feeding him BS. I really was super busy, working on these different projects and things like that. But he stayed on me. You know what I'm saying? And that right there too was like also a thing where, like, if somebody is really, he's like, yo, he basically was like, yo, I just got this feeling like if we do this, it's really gonna be something. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm glad I listened to him. You know what I'm saying? Really. And that was, I had a lot of fun making that record, because that was like, and I applaud Diabolic because I kind of brought him into my world a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And he rose to it. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely, and me and Diabolic are like this, like that's my boy. You know what I'm saying?